This is the moment many have been anticipating, so hold on tight. After years of criticism over how Whoopi Goldberg has handled differing opinions, interacted with visitors, and managed discussions on The View, someone finally spoke out. In other words, Whoopi didn't see it coming.
If you don't have anything to say, you blab. You just go on and 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 on.
In addition to Karoline Leavitt, others have also raised concerns about how Whoopi Goldberg has handled differing viewpoints in conversations on The View.
Voters do not agree with these despicable women on The View. They are wildly out of touch with the vast majority of Americans, and frankly, they should seek immediate help.
It wasn't just a disagreement. It was a moment that took viewers by surprise. During the broadcast, Karoline Leavitt didn't simply challenge Whoopi Goldberg. She raised serious concerns about how certain conversations were being handled. Her comments cut through the usual tone of the show, leaving the panel and audience in shock that we've rarely seen anything like this on The View. The reaction has been intense, with reports suggesting that ABC executives are taking notice. Some sources even speculate that major changes could be on the horizon. Could this mark a turning point in Whoopi Goldberg's role on the show? One thing's for sure, Karoline's remarks sparked a national conversation. So what exactly did she say that struck such a nerve? Don't miss this moment. And if you enjoy bold discussions and honest commentary, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more updates.
And that was, she said, there will be no wokeness here.
Oh, yeah.
Let me explain something to you. Because without that wokeness, you might not have that job.
In what she described as one of the most controversial and polarizing speeches by a sitting president, Karoline Leavitt criticized President Biden for using rhetoric she believes could further divide the nation. The intensity of the moment was clear as soon as Karoline took the stage.
Because we believe in putting America first. It's not radical to want to put your country and your own people first. It's not radical to want to have a strong border.
What started as a discussion quickly turned tense. Karoline had barely finished her opening remarks when Whoopi responded with visible skepticism, signaling the intensity of the exchange to come.
Trickling its way through every institution in this country. The public school system, the higher education university system, Hollywood, big...
Joy Behar quickly responded with one of her signature sharp-witted remarks, adding her usual flair to the conversation.
Corrupt mainstream media that I fought against in President Trump's White House are indoctrinating my generation of Americans into hating our country, hating one another based on race.
This didn't feel like a typical conversation. It felt unusually tense from the start. Some viewers believe the hosts of The View tried to challenge Karoline with strongly progressive perspectives, perhaps hoping to steer the discussion. But what happened next caught everyone off guard, and they certainly weren't expecting it.
Probably been put in there because according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
I want to be clear, though, it's not her first job. It was her first press briefing. She worked in the previous Trump administration.
In a confident response, Karoline raised important questions about whether intelligence is undervalued in favor of appearance, especially when it comes to women in public life. Her track record speaks for itself. After graduating from St. Anselm College, reporting for Wurrer in New Hampshire, and running for Congress at just 25, she went on to become the youngest White House press secretary at age 27. Known for her poise in press briefings, she spoke with clarity and confidence. No hesitation, no notes, just precision. In contrast, Whoopi Goldberg's recent contributions on The View have drawn mixed reactions. Some viewers feel her on-air style has become more emotional than analytical, sparking debate about the tone and direction of the show.
She lost by 8 or 9 points, but she still put on a good campaign. Then she was the press secretary for the Trump campaign, going on TV literally every...
Karoline remained composed and confident, even while appearing on a panel that, to some viewers, seemed more confrontational than conversational, all while navigating the challenges of late pregnancy and new motherhood. Rather than simply enduring the moment, she took command of it. With calm determination, she stood her ground and responded to the panel with clarity and strength. She handled every challenge with focus, no hesitation, no deflection. Many viewers noted that she faced the intense atmosphere of The View with remarkable poise. During the discussion, Karoline pointed out what she believes is a lack of viewpoint diversity on the show. She argued that ABC should take note, claiming that the panel often reflects a narrow range of perspectives, what she referred to as an echo chamber, where dissenting opinions are rarely welcomed. Despite the pressure, Karoline remained calm. She presented her facts, statistics, and arguments in a composed and articulate manner. Even when Joy attempted to redirect or interrupt, Karoline respectfully stayed on point and continued to lead the conversation. As the discussion continued, it was clear Karoline wasn't rattled. Her steady approach highlighted how impactful it can be when someone arrives truly prepared. This wasn't just a guest appearance, it was a statement.
Would like to talk about Joe Biden and Donald Trump, who you work for.
I am stating facts that your colleagues have stated in the past.
Okay,
now,
I'm sorry, guys. We're going to come back out to the panel. Karoline, thank you very much for your time.
Then came the moment that changed everything, the kind of statement that doesn't just land, it lingers. Karoline responded to the panel's intensity with a pointed line. You sit up here talking about women's empowerment, but when a conservative woman succeeds, her success is often dismissed as superficial. The room fell silent. No laughs, no responses, just a heavy pause. Even Joy Behar, known for her quick comebacks, remained quiet, visibly taken aback. But Karoline didn't stop there. She continued to press her point, questioning what she described as a selective version of empowerment, one that sometimes excludes differing viewpoints. She went on to describe wokeness, not as an inclusive movement, but as a lens that can, at times, be used to shut down opposing ideas. Without raising her voice or showing hostility, she referenced Whoopi Goldberg directly, suggesting that repeated on-air dismissals of differing views contribute to this silencing effect. It was a calm but forceful claim, one that prompted immediate audience reactions. There were audible gasps and shifting in seats as the tone in the studio shifted from confident to stunned. Outside the studio, the moment spread quickly across social media. Clips surfaced on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, sparking widespread conversation. Viewers were divided, and the debate was intense, but one thing was certain. Karoline had made her mark. Hashtags began trending. Opinions clashed online. According to reports, even inside ABC, the unexpected response led to urgent internal discussions. The story had taken on a life of its own, and this time, the network wasn't the one shaping it.
Now, do you think this is going to make people doubt whether CNN can stay objective, or is this more the same of it's all everybody's against?
Karoline maintained her confident pace, standing tall at the press podium and addressing a room full of skeptical reporters with directness and clarity. There was no evasion or excessive rhetoric. She made it clear that misinformation would not be tolerated, regardless of its source. We will not stand for false information, she said firmly. Yes, we will call it out, even if it's uncomfortable. A moment of levity followed when Karoline made a light-hearted comment about not being sure whether President Biden was working in the Oval Office or resting upstairs. The tension in the room shifted as she highlighted the administration's economic challenges, such as rising egg prices, which she attributed to policy missteps. The impact of her words was immediate. According to reports, senior executives at ABC were caught off guard by the media storm that followed. Even loyal viewers were shocked as discussions turned from ideological differences to concerns about the network's credibility. With some sponsors reconsidering their involvement, it was clear that the situation was becoming critical. Social media lit up with divided opinions, as some viewers expressed disappointment that what was once seen as a progressive platform now appeared less focused and more controversial. The next unexpected twist came when Whoopi Goldberg was absent from the following episode, with ABC offering a vague explanation about her needing time to reflect. This raised further questions about her future on the show that ABC found itself in a difficult position. Should they make the necessary changes to restore credibility, or double down on the status quo and risk further damage? A show built on strong principles but now losing viewers faces a tough choice. The fallout was evident. Ratings dropped, credibility waned, and marketers began to pull back. The big question on many minds, was Karoline's critique the turning point? Was it the moment The View could no longer avoid addressing its internal challenges? We'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Leave your comments below, and let's discuss what's next for The View.